Praise the Lord, everyone. We are live. We are live. We pushed through all the technical difficulties. And so we are so sorry for keeping you waiting. But this morning on the Huddle, we are going to be talking about 5 tips on how to help you to start your own live stream show on YouTube as we kick off the Black Men of Excellence series on YouTube during this Black History Month. So do me a favor, grab yourself a cup of coffee and huddle up. It's time for the Huddle. Praise the Lord, everyone. Welcome to the Huddle. I'm your host, Walter Strong. If you're new here and you want to broaden your reach, your impact, and income through online video, then we want to welcome you to the show. This morning, we are kicking off during Black History Month, Black Men of Excellence on YouTube. We want to be able to celebrate and acknowledge the accomplishments that we as Black men and women are accomplishing, and we'll take care of the women in Women's Month of March. But we want to highlight some of the successes, celebrating the small wins to the greater victories that we as Black content creators are accomplishing, and sometimes we just don't know about them. So here on the Huddle, during the month of Black History Month, we want to make you aware of some excellence that's going on among Black content creators. So let me just read his bio for you. Let me pull that back up. I actually had to maneuver. Let's get this out the way. Oh boy, there we go. There it is. This morning's guest, he is the founder and owner of BS3 Network. BS3 Network is a live streaming podcasting platform which provides its viewers great entertainment and inspirational content every week. This morning on the Huddle, without further delay, we want to welcome the one, the only, Mr. Ben Sudderth III. Good morning, sir. How you doing?
Good morning. Doing good. Working through issues, but glad to be here. Glad to come to the show and excited for today.
Me, man, we as well. And those of you who are watching us on YouTube, let us know in the chat where you're watching us from. And if you're watching us on Twitter, let us know in the comments section, and we will acknowledge you on the replay. And especially those of you who will be watching the replay, let us know in the comments section so we can acknowledge you. Hashtag replay 2022. Ben, you are certainly not a stranger to the Huddle. As I was sharing with you, I was watching our first interview with Courtney, Al High, and Will Walker, and yourself, when we did the Kings of Podcasting. And man, I've watched how you've come a long, long way. But tell our guests and our viewers how you found your passion in podcasting, just as a refresher, and how you got into live streaming shows.
Yeah, definitely. So I got into podcasting in 2015. I went on one of my friends' shows, Eric DeWalt. He's host of the Kane and Ice show, or Eagles versus Everybody as well. But went on his show one time, and I got that podcast bug, and started off doing audio, and then about 2019 started getting into the YouTube realm. As you can see with the green screen, my image did go out. Just camera issues and all types of stuff today, but I started to figure out how to navigate through YouTube, because that's a whole different platform. That's not audio. That's obviously video. So how to do those types of things. So from 2019 to now, just continuing to grow, finding out about StreamYard throughout this journey, which is an amazing platform that I would highly recommend for people to use. But yeah, it's that's kind of the story. And now to where we are now. I don't do audio at this point anymore. Mm-hmm. I mean, I help my podcast associates and the people on the network with the audio, but I'm more so focused on the video now myself, because I know that's really the future. That's the present and the future, and so that's the main focus for me and going forward.
That's a great jumping off point. So, like you said, now with the world of podcasting shifting into video content and video podcasting, especially as a result of the pandemic, with which I'm believing we are on the other side.
Yeah.
Tell me some of your tips and strategies on how you're helping content creators to plan out and create episodes through live stream shows, because I've seen shows from yourself to your mother and your father who have on God, faith, and family that I check out from time to time, from Mr. Courtney Harden to there's a variety of content. How are you helping them make that shift and pivot into live
Yeah.
streaming shows?
So really, number one is feeling comfortable in front of the camera, because I think a lot of it is a fear of, I don't know what I'm going to look like. I don't know. I'm not used to being in front of the camera. But being comfortable and really not being afraid to talk about whatever those topics are. So when you're planning on a show, obviously you want to have a particular topic. If you want to have a guest, you need to have your guest. You need to make sure you send them the link to the show. And also you want to make sure you have a list of questions or something to go over. So you want to plan it out as much as you can. So if you got an outline, you want to have that so that when you're live on the camera, you're not wondering what you're going to say, or you're not trying to navigate and figure out, what you're going to say. You already have it all mapped out. So kind of the way that I help is to present them with ways that they can do their live show. So StreamYard, we have our own StreamYard account. So that's the first thing I go to. I go through and give them a step-by-step, a tutorial of it, some things that I know, some things that I've learned. And that's kind of the platform that I present to them and give them. And then also there's other options like Zoom and various other platforms you can use. But I show them how to use StreamYard, because for me, I was intimidated by it initially, because I didn't realize what was required. And when I showed them and they realized how easy it is, they're able to off and run, and they may need little help here or there, but they're pretty good from here on. So yeah, that's kind of the process that I use to usher them into this video format.
Definitely. And StreamYard is the live stream software of choice here at the Huddle. It's not sponsored, but we want to shout you out. We do have the affiliate link in the descriptions. But if y'all want to send some sponsorship the Huddle's way and BS3 Network way, Mr. Kristen Caraceri and Letitia Campbell and the crew and Gabe, you hook a brother up during Black History Month. We will definitely help you guys out. So, like I said, planning out your content, especially when you're creating episodes. So taking that time to do maybe 10 to 12 episodes, plan them out. And at what point do you with your coaching and your podcasting experience to kind of help walk a person through to say at a certain point, hey, look, just be you, but at the same time, use this as a roadmap.
Yeah, definitely. So with my parents, it was a process to get them to do the podcast. I mean, I was telling them, like, you guys already have the content because you have life experience, and you've been through things in your relationships and in family. And my mom is a planner, so she has her stuff planned out, and they do their stuff by seasons, or so whoever it is. I say definitely you want to plan a couple of weeks out. Now, some people, they do it the week of. It depends on whatever their style is, but you can plan it out weeks in advance, and you don't have to come to the show wondering what you're going to talk about. You already know because you already have it. So yeah, that's really a major part, is knowing that you can feel comfortable because it's just you being you and talking in front of the camera is not any different than you if you were talking to someone else, or if you were talking on the podcast like you maybe normally would. You're just on camera, so you just got to look, kind of look forward like you're looking at the camera, looking at your screen, and going through whatever notes you have. But yeah, the camera part, I think people get more comfortable with as time goes on.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely encourage them that, yeah, this is something that you can do because you already talk. Most of us talk on a daily basis for our jobs anyway, unless you're working in IT or something. So yeah, that's kind of the approach that I give them.
Okay. Hey, this morning on the Huddle, we want to welcome Mr. Robert Tiedemann out there in Arizona. Good morning to you, sir. And if you have any questions on being able to start a live stream show, let us know in the chat or in the comments there, and we will definitely address your questions. Tip number 2, as like you said, not only do you have your live stream show, but I'm watching more and more new content creators become a BS3 network. How are you helping them with distribution of the show, not just being on YouTube, but Facebook? I think now you guys are now on Roku. How are you helping them with the distribution aspect of it?
Yeah. So as far as the distribution aspect, that's another great thing again about StreamYard that's what we're talking about. But StreamYard allows you to go live to 8 different platforms. So there's the Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, also Roku. So that's a new thing that we picked up to broaden our reach, to get into people's homes. That's the goal, is to be a household name and for people to know BS3 Network and to be able to watch it from their homes. Now, obviously, you can use YouTube. You can watch that from your home. Most people have smart TVs, but with Roku, it's an app. So you go directly to the BS3 TV app, and you're able to find everything right then and there. So really with StreamYard, they're able to go live directly to Roku because you're able to select those different platforms. You just have to type in particular information so that you're able to go live to Roku. Now, those that don't go live and they upload or do on demand, that's definitely a format that we function with as well. We're able to upload those to the Roku channel, upload it to YouTube, upload it to all those different platforms as well. Because I think the thing that I've learned is what may be one person's platform for a viewer may be different than somebody else's. And if you're able to, one thing that I learned is if you're able to get into somebody's home and on their TVs, I mean, that people watch their TV, have their TV on while they're asleep. So if you're able to, kind of have that TV going on at night, and people will leave their TV on longer than if they're watching a YouTube channel, because the YouTube is just going to go directly to the next, whatever the video is in that reel, which may not actually be related to your content. So Roku is just another platform for people to watch, and also another way for us, for BS3 Network, to also expand into different things. So into sports events, comedy shows, plays. So that's some things in the future, so that we're able to broaden our reach, but also give other people opportunity to have their content on TV.
See, this is the type of excellence I wanted to bring to the table that Ben is doing, because Ben, I realize what I'm going to say is going to, for our audience, this is going to be before their time. But when me and you were watching black and white television with the hanger as the antenna,
right,
and the pair of pliers to turn the knob, if you're in the chat and you can understand black and white television, could be a hashtag black and white TV. And so we had to watch that with what was it? My grandmother would watch. She would watch the A-Team. She would watch Little House on the Prairie. Good time. But see, now BS3 Network is taking us past black and white TVs to smart TVs, where you're not consuming content, but you're producing it. And that is something that I just said, I gotta make sure, as we're talking about live streaming shows, that we highlight that. And how young are you now? And what? And you can go 30s or 20s. You ain't got to get specific numbers. This is the type of insight that we as black men need to highlight.
Yeah. So I'll be 40 this year, wow. October 3rd. Yeah. The big 40, which I'm
yes,
man, when that age starts creeping up, you start to really assess your life. Like, what have I done? Who have I impacted? You start to really think about those things. But yeah, coming up on 40, and yeah, I think I'm just kind of envisioning things that I would want to see out of a network, or things that I don't see on other networks, but also TV shows, and not necessarily producing it, but when somebody has a show or a movie or a documentary or film that they're trying to get out there as well, having that on the BS3 TV platform as well, because there's so many content creators out there. Like I love what you're doing with this month and what you do, because there's so many out there that we don't know, or they might not have the opportunity to be able to reach out to people. So reach out to those people that maybe have content and allow them to come over to the network and be able to put it on there. So yeah, it's I amaze myself sometimes just on the growth that we've had, but I believe that really the Most High has downloaded some of these things into me, and it comes in different times when I'm thinking, or when I'm walking, or when I'm driving, and so I just write those things down or memorize them and come back to it. And I think it's I got to give praise to God, because that's been a lot of how the growth has happened, and brought different people around me as well.
Definitely. Hey, if you're getting great value out of this discussion on 5 tips of how to start a live stream show in 2022, give us a hashtag live stream shows and smash the like button by clicking the thumbs up. Share this on your favorite social media channel. Let's get into tip number 3: repurposing content of your shows to make shorter content. And so, how have you been able to help podcasters and content creators who want to be a part of the BS3 network to show, hey, look, you may have this long form content, but here's how you can shorten it up and go Instagram Reels, Facebook Stories, and to get more of a reach for their platforms?
Yeah, definitely. So that's a good point, because we did a show with Courtney talking about podcasting and starting up your podcast and everything like that. So I'll be working with him on breaking it down into separate clips, so that then you're able to post it onto different platforms. You're able to post it on Instagram, and then also I have another show that he does high school sports, and he also does different guests. It's called Hood Scout is the name of his show, but I'll break his up into 2 different episodes. So then people are when they watch that first one and they watch the whole thing, they're going to be waiting for the second one. So we give it a couple of days before we drop the second one. So I mean, the possibilities are endless right now, and I just think that the ability to reach all the different platforms, the different people, you to diversify how you purpose the content. So yeah, that's a major part of what we do. On the audio side as well, we have a clip that plays with their it's kind of a video clip, if you will, that has the image and the audio playing in the background. So we push those out to all of the social media platforms as well. But yeah, that's a really good point, because again, one platform may not be the same thing for somebody else. So you got to kind of learn, and I've gotten help with people that's able to help me out to be able to push these things to the different social media sites. But yeah, that's a really great point, because that one clip may get somebody interested and may want to watch the full clip, or that one clip may just be what they need, and they may come back just for the 1 minute or 3 minute clips. I mean, that's another possibility too. It just depends on how people navigate, but repurposing is definitely a great way to go.
Right. And definitely like using your mom and dad show, if they have a particular segment in their show where they're doing word of the day, and you pull that clip.
Yeah.
Because we both follow them on Instagram, and then boom, you got a word of the day video clip on IGTV, and then they can say, hey, look, if you're enjoying more of this content, you can check us out in the full episode, which is broadcast every Saturday.
Yep, every Saturday at 3.
At 3 p.m. That's Eastern time. And then when you guys are 1 hour, 2 hour in Dallas?
Yeah, we're an hour behind from where they are in Atlanta.
Right. So
yeah,
depending on if you're in Dallas, the Texas area, that's great content where it just helps more content creators to say, okay, I can go to IGTV, I can go to Facebook stories or shorts for YouTube shorts,
Right.
and just keep repurposing. And that's going to help you to have a successful live stream show in 2022. And then going back to podcasting, StreamYard gives us the ability to be able to pull the audio and to then go back to your speakers, your Apples, your Googles, and to be
Right.
able to play that podcast. The repurposing of it is just, the potential of it is just
Yeah,
tremendous.
it's amazing. It's amazing. And I'll say this too: StreamYard is adding things. I don't know if
Mm-hmm.
you noticed they had the background music that they added. They're giving you more options. Also, they have a business plan as well,
Mm-hmm.
which we're talking about StreamYard a lot. So they definitely need to highlight us for a sponsorship. But
Mm-hmm.
they have the business platform now, which is opening up even more realms and having different spaces where you can have all your show has their own particular section. So that's something that we're looking at, in the future, because as BS3 Network continues to grow,
Mm-hmm.
obviously we're going to need to make it easier for people to navigate and to do their shows and things like that. So yeah, there's so much possibility. I agree when you said that, because there's so many ways you can go with it. But for me, that just means that you're able to reach different people, and you're able to give your brand a bigger push, because it'll be everywhere. And
Mm-hmm.
that's the goal, to get it in front of as many eyes as possible on whatever platform that may be.
Definitely. Hey, if you're getting great value out of our discussion this morning on 5 tips of how to start a live stream show in 2022, do me a favor, smash the like button, click the thumbs up, share it on your favorite social media platform, and let them know if you're looking to do this, this is some content you have to watch. Hashtag replay for those of you who will watch the replay. Tip number 4. How important, Ben, in your years of podcasting, now doing live stream shows, is engaging your audience?
That's extremely important. And I'll say this: I started off doing live shows. I really
Mhm.
never did pre-recorded. So really immediately starting off, I learned that uh, when people are commenting, you need to shout them out. You need
Mhm.
to say, "Hey, this is a comment by," just like you did. It's a comment by Robert, and where are you listening from? I mean, you need to talk to them, because they're going to be the ones that's going to come back and watch your show. And I'll say this: when I'm listening to a podcast, I love when people say, "Hey, this is Ben. Ben's tuning in." It's just something about being able to be recognized that you're listening, and that encourages them to come back. So definitely want to engage with your audience for sure. That is beyond important, especially when you're doing live, because or else you're just talking to yourself and interacting with them, because everything is interactive now. There's not a live podcast platform that's not interactive. That's not, you don't see the comments. You're able to put the
Mhm.
comments up there. So definitely putting the comments up there. Also, as far as YouTube, when you start to get into monetizing, you also, if they decide to give you $5 or $1 or however much it is, you got, one thing I was learning and going into monetizing is shout them out for that and say, hey, this person gave like $5. I mean, it could whatever the amount is, it really doesn't matter. It's just like they're showing monetary support, which I think that's a whole nother level of support. Is one thing to come in and comment. It's another thing to say, I'm gonna give you some money out of my pocket. So
Mhm. Mhm.
engaging with the audience is important. Also, even when it comes to show ideas, on the forecast show that we do on Mondays, we reach out to them and say, hey, what should we review next, or what suggestions do you have? Or if they have suggestions, we say, hey, shout out to Benita that gave us this suggestion on reviewing comedy shows, because if they're giving you ideas, or that's stuff that they would want to see you do, which means they have value in what you're presenting and what you're talking about. So yeah, that's really A1, because if not, then all it is you talking to yourself, because there's shows that also have been where they don't read comments, or they don't consider it, I don't know, maybe important to read them or to put them up there. So
Mhm.
that is one of the most important things of doing live streaming, because that is the person that's supporting you. So you need to do really everything possible to, number one, show them that you care. Number two, show them that we value your feedback. And sometimes you may get into a debate. I mean, there's times that, especially doing sports shows, you get into a debate on stuff with somebody in the comment section. And that just kind of comes with it. That comes with, and with YouTube, that's a whole nother ball game, because there's going to be people that this video is going to get sent to that you probably don't even know. So they may come in with a whole agenda of trying to rile you up. So I think it's important to not take the haters or the trolls too important, because then it kind of takes you off your game and off what you're trying to present. But definitely interact with your audience. If you got a chat room, definitely shout them out. Also, give them your email or something that they can contact you, because that's another way that they can give you suggestions and ideas or things that they want to, even if they want to encourage you or give you some criticism or whatever it may be.
Definitely. Robert says here, engagement is powerful. It makes it more personal to them as a viewer. Exactly, Robert. You have from day one of us doing the huddle to where we're now, you have constantly been consistent and just interacting. And so we certainly appreciate you. And those of you who are joining us, we're talking about 5 tips on how to start a live stream show in 2022 on YouTube or the platform of choice for you. So let us know in the chat where you're watching us from. Any questions or comments that you have about doing a live stream show, let us know, and we will definitely answer your question. Tip number 5, how important is it in doing the replay? Because you start out and you're focusing on the live, but you underestimate the power of replay. In your live stream shows, how important has that been for BS3 Network?
That's definitely been important. And even when you're doing your live show, like you said, hey, those that are watching when this is over, or those that are watching on the replay, we thank you for tuning in, because then that gives them, you're shouting them out, even though you don't know who that person may be. But I think also, and specifically with YouTube and even with other platforms, go back and look at those, respond to those comments that are doing the replay. So if they say, hey, I love the show, or hey, I would love to see you guys talk about this or whatever, you can't ignore those people also, because they may not be able to watch it live, but just like with all podcast platforms at this point, everything is on demand. So whenever it's out there, people can go in and watch it at any different time. So it's important to definitely reach out to those people. And then also, if you, as far as live streaming, you can, with StreamYard, you can play that at a different time. So if I've had shows where they record on a Tuesday, but their show is actually on Thursday. So we just play that video actually live on Thursdays. So that's another option as well. But yeah, don't forget the replay audience and those people, because they're still coming in to watch. And you need to really treat them as if they were watching it live. So whenever I see a comment, I say, hey, thank you for tuning in. And they say, oh, sorry, I couldn't watch it live. And I'm like, that's fine. You're watching. That's we appreciate that, period. So it's important on the replay, because people may not have that particular time available, but they may have time later on to watch it.
Definitely. Hey, this is some great stuff here. And it's by, in my opinion, one of the top Black content creators. Wow. Who is in his lane. He ain't in somebody else's lane. He making his own lane. And he bringing other people up, like Courtney Harden and Al High. And I mean, even to the point where you got your parents walking with you in the vision. That's value there. And that's the reason why I had to bring you on as the Ricky Henderson. lead this thing off. To have you as the Ricky Henderson and let the power hitters come after the standard you're gonna set. And so let me ask you, and I apologize, I got this question as we were getting ready to go on, so I had to shift the question 3 things that you feel that are needed to start a live stream show.
3 things that are needed. I think number 1, you're going to need a platform. So whatever that is that you decide to do with that StreamYard, I know there's Stream Labs, there's iStream, I believe is one of them that it's called. So, I mean, number 1, you definitely need that platform that you're going to be on. You're going to need you're going to need a mic or whatever you're going to use to actually record it. And then also, I think you're going to need somewhere to distribute it. And if you're using, again, like we've been talking about StreamYard, that is really 100% the route I would go and what I would recommend. Then kind of a 3B, which is I think the most important, is you got to bring yourself. You got to bring your confidence, and you got to bring your personality. That's what I'm looking for. Is that because they're going to come to see you and your personality and what you bring to the table that's different from somebody else. So I think those are, really key things, because you are different. You're not like everybody else. Don't try to fit in everybody else's box. Be who you are and talk about what you want to talk about, because there is a lane. There's a lane for it. I tell people all the time, like, if you want to talk about cats, I mean, people will watch that. People will watch whatever it is. That's why there's millions and probably billions at this point on YouTube of people that have videos for every possible content you can think of. So if you ever thinking, I don't know if that's going to be value to anybody, I guarantee you it's going to be value to somebody.
Definitely. You come up with 5 tips on being able to pick and select your first cat as a part of your household.
Yeah.
People will watch.
People will watch it.
They will watch and say, "Oh yeah, I'm interested in getting me a cat for the house, so that won't tear up my furniture. Let me check out this live stream and repurpose it and the replay. You keep the replay value in mind. Oh yeah, they will watch your live stream show. They will watch it. Ben, where can our viewers and those who will be watching the replay get more information about you and BS3 Network? So that way, if they need coaching and just help on starting their live stream shows, where can they get more information? Everything is in the description, but we want to give you that opportunity.
Yeah, definitely. So BS3Network.com is the website. Also, BS3 Network, all avenues of social media. You can reach out to me at any one of those avenues. Also, if you go to the website, there is a contact link where it'll send us an email. So any one of those platforms, BS3 Network is everywhere. That's what I use for everything. I will not change it. So anytime you reach out, I'm definitely someone that's not afraid to share what I know, and also someone that's not afraid to help you. And so that's what I believe my purpose is, and my lane is to help people in this particular realm. So yeah, you can reach out to me on any of those different areas. BS, the number 3 network.
All right, there it is. How to start a live stream show and to be able to get great value to your viewers and audience and overcome that fear of being on live camera. This is the man right here. No more black and white TVs with the hangers and the player flyers. Smart TVs is where it's at, and this is the man that can help you. So, Ben, we want to thank you for just kicking off this Black Men of Excellence series. We want to give you your flowers because, man, I've just in the years' time that I've sat back from a distance and watched how you have taken your network and where you're still going. I am enjoying the ride. So whatever I can do to add support, the Huddle is here, man. And so we wanted to give you that opportunity, man.
Yeah, definitely. I appreciate that greatly. And yeah, I think we could definitely continue to grow off of each other and continue to come on each other's shows and also share the information. So yeah, I appreciate you and I appreciate the love on today.
Definitely. Hey, question of the day. If you're looking to start a live stream show, what's your hold up? What's stopping you? from going live. Drop in the chat or the comments if you're watching the replay. What's stopping you? What's your pain point? Let us know so that we can help you in 2022 get your message to your audience. Let us know. And so again, we want to thank Ben for coming on and just the partnership with the BS3 Network and family. And we are just excited for what 2022 is going to bring us. And so we're excited. We're excited for where BS3 Networks is going, and we're excited for what the Huddle brand new brand looking for the overlay for the Huddle, and we're small tweaks lead to big peaks in 2022. So,
amen.
Question of the day. We did question of the day. So, hey, word of the day. Many other plans in a person's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that will prevail in your life. Make a quality decision today and let God's purpose prevail in your life. We'll see you next week on the Huddle as me and Ben kick it out in the green room. See ya.
Peace.